I'm just gonna make this video real quick because I got my shot yesterday and my second dose, and I am tired. I meant to make this video Tuesday, but it's been a heck of a week. So we had session 0 of the Pathfinder campaign. Most of the characters don't have names yet. Only the gnome, I think, at least that I know of, is named. I didn't think about asking them their character names until they all left, and I was like, ah, crap. So we'll have to do that at session 1. The characters haven't been introduced to each other yet, so there's a chance for names. Um, oh no, one's Dave. So we have Dave and Zoomkrin, and the other two, I don't think have been named yet. So we have the Kineticist gnome. We have the Infreet druid. Oh, we have the, I think, elf. The rogue elf. Elf or half elf? I think elf. Who am I forgetting? Oh, and the human alchemist. Wild experimenter alchemist. Very excited about that. That's going to be a lot of fun. I'm sorry, I'm very tired. So, I want to just kind of do quick little videos of the campaign, just a little time capsule. I have to film these kind of as if I was a player, because my players might stumble across these videos, and I am refusing to give out spoilers because I have a lot of long-term things. I have more stuff prepped for like sessions 3 through 12, and I still need to, and more than I have prepped for like sessions 1 and 2. I have a couple of weeks, so I need to. I have two. I have an idea for 2 encounters. I have a little bit written down for the first session, and then I guess if you count a social encounter as an encounter, I have 3. I have 3 encounters planned for the first session, which is that's a good first session. I got a lot of balance. I'm really excited about it. I wish I could tell you guys what I have planned, but so we've got our party composition. Notice how they're all squishies. I mean, we got a rogue, but they're level 1. So I told them at session 0, I'm going to try to design encounters specifically for this party composition, but you're also going to need to be clever when going into combat, because if you just go in and try to tank, you're gonna get hit, and I'm not going to protect you. And they're like, okay, heard. uh, and the session 1 is starting at the New Year's Eve ball. I have my own whole calendar and dates and everything. I can't remember what exactly the date is. I was actually just had this idea earlier. I'm actually gonna make a calendar, uh, and have just a basic calendar printed on paper and just like stapled together. But I'm gonna make a calendar, and we're gonna mark it through the campaign, because I really like the idea of like showing a passage of time through a calendar. I made my whole own calendar, like with it's I'm not gonna try to lore dump here, but it's 300 days a year, 10 months, 30 days exactly, but it's cool. I could talk. I don't want to lore dump, but I could lore dump. So they will be starting session 1 at the New Year's Eve ball. So we went around and talked about, it reminded me a lot of Protocol, because it was just like a very collaborative storytelling environment, and most of session 0 was just a collaborative storytelling environment. The alchemist wanted some help on which one of the subclasses he wanted to go into. Dave chose the wild experimenter because everybody else really liked it. That was my vote, but I wanted him to be influenced by the other players, and uh, I don't want them to do just what the GM wants to do. Like my druid, him and I had entirely different ideas about what his druid would look like and kind of the personality for his druid. And you know whose opinion matters more for that? The druid's, not mine. So his character's not what I envisioned, but it makes him happy, and that's what it's important. And like the thing is like what I envisioned for his character, like feels like the obvious solution is I just go play that character. But the thing is I want to run somebody else playing that character. So we went around and we talked about how did you end up at the New Year's Eve ball. So our Zoom Crin, our kineticist, he is the youngest in a very powerful family of all different types of kineticists. I made the family tree and the different elements of his family. He's letting me take over a couple of things with the family background. His cousin will also be there. So his family's very powerful, and they would have gotten an invitation for the whole family to the ball because this is the Guild Hall of the Mages. And only Zoomcrin and his cousin, I don't remember her name, are there. Zoomcrin's family mainly keeps to themselves. Let's see, our druid, I don't remember the name of his religion, but we created a whole religion, a whole deity. That was really fun for my druid because he had a very specific deity in mind, and he was like, he was so bashful. He was like, can we make a religion? He's like, I don't like want to make you have to do all this work. I'm like, no, this sounds awesome. Let's do it. So we made a religion, and I'm really excited. And he's given me freedom to kind of do things with the religion within certain parameters, and I'm really excited. It's gonna be fun. So he is brought up by the members of his religion, and he has kind of had a sort of coming of age moment within his religion. And he is about to go off into the world and become his own person. And his mentor got an invite to this ball because he's just very powerful. And the mentor invited the druid as a +1. So that is why the druid is there. The alchemist is there because his father is a royal alchemist, and his father was invited. So I think both of his parents were invited because they're both very powerful people. And they were and they extended the invitation to the alchemist. I believe he feels obligated to go. I believe he feels it would be rude to not go, and I don't remember. I'm not sure if the alchemist is excited to go or is hesitant. And then we have the rogue. I specifically asked the rogue if the rogue's parents would be there. The rogue said only if they have nothing better to do. So I love that. Our rogue is a very standard rogue, except without the tragic backstory. Little worried about that. We'll see how that goes. And I'm not worried about the rogue causing infighting, but I'm worried about the rogue getting them in hot water. But he's been smart. So the rogue is going there because how did he get an invite? Oh, I don't remember how he got an invite. Parchment? Oh, his parents sell parchment, so they are very connected to the mages, and so the mages extended his parents an invite, and he got an invite because of that. And he is going there specifically to scope out intel for a job. He is on a job to give somebody else intel to let them know how the weaknesses so they can steal from the Guild Hall of the Mages. I now have to come up with intel for him to find, but I can do that. That's fine. And that is why everybody is at the ball. Everybody is there for their own reasons. They are not connected to each other yet. I wanted to have... Well, actually, I didn't need to make that a rule. I said I wanted to have everybody create NPCs, but just kind of organically everybody has NPCs. The druid has members from his church. Zoomcrin has his whole family. It's a big family. Um, the rogue has his parents, and the alchemist has his parents. So it's also interesting. This is the first all male campaign I've ran. Um, I usually actually have like female dominated D&D groups, but these guys have been great. I don't feel like I'm presenting as like the female DM who has to prove myself. I'm just the GM. Like they're chill. I'm friends with all these people, except the rogue I met for the sole purpose of uh, joining this campaign, but I sent him a bunch of pre-campaign stuff and stuff about the RPG consent checklist and everything, and he was really receptive. And I met him in public before the game. I had a feeling it was going to go well. It did. He's great. So I'm sure we're going to be friends by the end of this campaign. I'm expecting this campaign to take a year and a half to 2 years. I could see it going 2.5, depending. I do have an end goal, but it's gonna take a while to get there. I do have a lot of long games in mind. I've never started a full campaign, like besides a module, which never finished a module. But I never got like a full homebrew campaign, uh, except for one. And then I never had an end goal in mind when I started the campaign. So I'm really happy to have an end goal. I have the BBEG figured out. I've got a bunch of stuff happening in the background throughout the session and throughout the campaign. And I am expecting this campaign to go until like level 16, maybe level 17. I don't see them getting to level 20. I don't. I also, uh, level 20 is extremely rare in this homebrew universe or world, whatever you want to call it. Um, there are only a few level 20 NPCs out there. It's not like you're going to find a bunch of clerics who know Revivify. And there is a bunch of lore dump stuff I want to do, but I think I'll make that a separate video. But yeah, that's session 0. We have session 1, not this upcoming Tuesday, but the next one. And they're going to start at the New Year's Eve ball, and I am super stoked.